Hey y'all, it's Allison here, and today I am videotaping day 8 and day 9 of my Daniel fast for weight loss. And I'm at the point where it's very easy. It's been easy for a while, actually. Typically it's after day 2 or 3 that the struggle starts to go away, but you know, this has been good. I am a little bit perplexed because I seem to be stuck on 4.5 pounds. Now, if you've seen any of my former videos, you know that I did this same fast, this exact same way, so the weight loss way, back in 2017, and weight just fell off of me. This time that is not happening, and all I can think of is that when I did it in 2017, I was eating more. I was eating a lot more salads because I was on the road constantly. So that was ready, available to me. But I was eating it a lot, like I was eating a lot of salad. Whereas this time, I don't seem to be eating as much. And I don't know the science behind it, but I'm going to have to research this to figure out why eating more will cause me to gain or to lose more weight than not eating as much. Maybe, you know, my metabolism is slowing down, trying to hold on to everything that I put in it. I really don't know, but I'm going to try to figure this out because I don't want to be stuck. I don't want to be stuck at this plateau. And hold on, I'm trying to get some good lighting. It's a little overcast here, so it's not as light. And as you can tell, I don't have good equipment. I have an iPad and the light from the sun. So I apologize, but hopefully I'm giving you good content. So that's, to me, is the most important. Okay, so I'm stuck at the 4.5 pound weight loss. Combine that to the 7 pounds from doing the Daniel fast the regular way, and I'm still down 11.5 pounds, but I'm going to try to beat this plateau. Okay, so yesterday, day 8, what did I eat? I started my morning out by eating, or by drinking, what I like to drink is my cafe latte. I like it iced because it's just like a dessert for me. And all it is coffee with the homemade pecan milk that I make. And I will leave the instructions to the pecan milk in the description box. But it is so easy, and I'll tell you why I specifically use pecans, because I used to use almonds. The reason why I specifically use pecans is because I don't have to strain it through a cheesecloth if I do it that way. If I use almonds, almonds don't have as much of a fat content. So when it gets, you know, grinded, it has to be, you have to sift the milk through a cheesecloth or some type of cloth. And what happens is there's a pulp left behind. Now, what my husband and I used to do is we used to just use the pulp to make cookies and things like that. We got so tired of figuring out different ways to make cookies. I mean, it was so annoying, but we didn't want to waste it. So well, by accident, I started using pecans, and it's because we had run out of milk, and that was the only thing that was in the house. And I said, well, let me try the pecans. When it went through the cheesecloth, now when I say cheesecloth, we didn't use a real cheesecloth. It was actually just, if you know anything about plumbing, it's these, like, I'm just gonna call it a sock that you put at the end of the plumbing pipe. You can get it from Lowe's or Home Depot. It works great as a cheesecloth because it's a thicker weave. So that's actually what we were using. But anyhow, the pecans went right through it. The almonds didn't, but the pecans would go right through it. So there was no waste, and you're able to get all of the nutritional benefit of eating the nut, because nuts are good for you if you're not allergic to them. So anyhow, so now I started buying pecans to make pecan milk, and that way I can have instant milk, basically, where I don't have to soak it, because with almonds you also have to soak them for at least 6 hours. I don't have to soak the pecans. I can just put it in the Vitamix, add the water, blend it up, pour it in mason jars. We're good to go. So that's the reason why I use pecan milk. It's just convenient. Okay, so that's what I had yesterday morning for breakfast. For lunch, I had beans. It was just a mixture of red beans and black beans. I put some onion and some spices in it. And then I put guacamole and salsa in it for the taste. That's the way I get it at Chipotle, and I like it. It tastes so good. It's so filling. And then for dinner, I had squash. I had squash, yellow squash, zucchini, and mushrooms, and that was it. You know, we had a big plate of it, and after that, you're full. So I try to cook with mushrooms a lot. I read a book a couple months ago called How Not to Die. And I know that the title sounds a little bit morbid, and you're probably thinking, well, everyone's going to die from something. This is true. But the book is by a medical doctor. His name is Dr. McGregor. I can't remember his first name. It's a long book. I'm not going to lie. I listened to it on audiobook whenever I had the opportunity. So it took me, you know, I wasn't able to read it in one day. It took me it took me maybe 2 weeks to get through it, because I'm listening to it on audiobook, and I'm also working and doing things. I don't have to explain. You know why. I just had to take my time and read it. And plus, I wanted to absorb the information. I actually might read it again. But but in the book, now Dr. McGregor is plant-based, and he became plant-based basically based on all of his studies. So this book is backed by science. It's backed by research. Is backed by statistics. Is backed by really being able to get real information from actual sample groups. In other words, not volunteers, but just by being able to have the sample groups just in how people eat in various countries. You can't get a more pure sample group than that, because basically it's people living a lifestyle. So for instance, in India and Africa and Asia and America and all. So so anyhow, one of the things, there's several takeaways. Actually, the whole book is a major takeaway. But one of the things that he advises everyone should put in their diet every day are mushrooms and turmeric. And the reason why is because mushrooms and turmeric have anti-cancer properties in them. And I have to tell you, turmeric spice does not really have much of a flavor to it. It's a very mild flavor. Now, curry has a flavor to it because there's other stuff added. But turmeric, in and of itself, just the spice, adding it to things, you don't taste it. It will turn things yellow, though. So, you know, be careful about how much you're adding, because you're going to turn your utensils and things yellow. But if you just add a tablespoon here and a tablespoon there, or even less, there shouldn't be an issue with changing the color of your utensils. I don't have that issue. But mushrooms and turmeric have anti-cancer properties. Okay, say no more. They're easy, they're cheap, and say, you know, why not? So anyhow, there's a lot of things in this book that he talks about that is good for so many different things. Like, and each chapter is of a different illness. If you hear that in the background, it's just thunder. I'm in Florida. It's raining a little bit. But each chapter is of a different thing. There's a chapter on cancers, and then it breaks down the cancers. There's a chapter on mind disease, on brain disease, on, let me see, you know, blood pressure, heart disease. Each chapter is on a different thing. And it tells you things to eat for those particular things, but also what to eliminate for those particular things. So I highly recommend this book. It's actually a fun book to read. It's not written in the form of like for academia. It's written for the average person like me. So it's very easy to absorb. It's very fun. It's just long, that's all. And it's just a good book. So I'll put the link to that book in the description box as well, because I really highly recommend it, especially if you're doing this Daniel fast for the reason why I'm doing it, which is to jumpstart me in healthy living and in healthy eating. because this is not just going to be a once a year type deal where I do this fast. I'm making eating healthy a priority in my life and a lifestyle choice, and this is just how I'm easing into it. My end goal when I'm finished doing these fasts, however long it takes, because I'm going to get down to my goal weight, and my goal is to get there by the end of December. So we're in August. We're not quite in September. I still have a few months to go, but I'm going to have to do something to see what I need to do to really get it going, because otherwise I won't make my goal weight by the end of the year, because I have a little bit to go. So anyhow, I highly recommend the book. Let me see. I told you what I ate yesterday. Oh, let me tell you what I ate so far today, day 9. This is it. It's still in the morning. This is what I ate. I'm gonna eat some type of salad for lunch, and who knows what I'm gonna eat for dinner. It just depends on what I'm in the mood for. So it's not that complicated. Oh my goodness, y'all, you have no idea how filling this latte is. Now, the way I make the latte, I make so much of it at a time that usually I'm drinking like, let me see, I've already had a 20-ounce glass. This is my second 20-ounce glass, and I still have more of the vitamins that I'm going to be drinking. So basically, I'm just going to be drinking it all day. And it gives me sustainable energy. You know, whatever coffee that I'm using, this one right here is Javalia, but anytime I do it, I don't know why, I'm not getting the shakes. There's only one place where I get the shakes from drinking their coffee, when I'm drinking it full on caffeinated coffee, when I get my lattes. And honestly, that's Starbucks. That one gives me the shakes. I don't know why. I'm not trying to throw them under the bus. I'm just telling you it is what it is. Because I went to Pete's, what's it called? Pete's Coffee. And I had 2 lattes, full on caffeinated. It did not give me the shakes. This is Javalia. I'm not getting the shakes. So, you know, I don't know if it's the strength of how much caffeine is in the coffee or what, but it gives me the shakes, and I have to get decaffeinated whenever I order a latte, because I love lattes. Anywho, I think I'm digressing. So, okay, takeaways. I'm going to put the link for the book and the recipe for the pecan milk in the description box. If you're having any type of struggles doing this fast, go ahead and let me know in a comment. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, give me a thumbs down. I'll take any types of comments. Oh, if you have any recipes, any ideas for fun recipes, I think in the last recipe I put in there a recipe for a chocolate mousse pie, and then the day before that I did an almond cake. If you have any fun recipes that you'd like to share, please put it in the comment, because you know, anything we can do to help each other out and make things fun is always a good thing. So okay, I'm gonna say bye for today. I'll see you tomorrow for day 10, and happy fasting. I love you guys. Bye.